Dubey, NSS volunteer of NSS Cell Army Institute of Education, Greater Noida. Be vigilant, guard your mind against negative thoughts. A famous quote by Gautam Buddha. Today, as part of the National Vigilance Week, we are conducting an extempore on Satark Bharat, Samriddh Bharat. Every house will have at most two participants with maximum time given will be 3 minutes. The first bell will be rung after 2 minutes and the second bell will be rung after the next 1 minute. The medium of the extempore can be either English or Hindi. So I request our first participant from Pragya House, Mr. Pankaj Sharma. So over to Pankaj.
Good morning, everyone. Whose slogan is Vigilant, our India is dear to us. Give message to everyone that Vigilant India will prosper. Before I start, let me give you the meaning of vigilant, a quality of being careful or watching or guiding something or someone. Now, why we celebrate October last week as the Vigilant Week? Because on 31st October, we celebrate that day as the birthday of Iron Man of India, that is Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. And so, as to encourage people of our country and enshrine awareness in public that when democracy get corrupted, the people who work hard, who are talented, will not going to get chance, whereas the people who hold power, who have money, they will succeed and they will get success in life. And as the famous saying that power do not corrupt people, people corrupt power. It means that we Indians, we human being, we have this mentality that when we become a power holder, when we have money, we can do whatever we want to do. Like if we become administrative officer or any kind of officer and we have power, we can earn money as much as we can. But when you see this thing from the other angle, I believe that when you become a power holder, then you can do something for the weaker section of the society, the people who don't have one time meal, people who don't have even sleepers and shelters. If you become administrative officer or power holder, you can do something for them. So these kind of mentality is required to eradicate corruption from our country. And if you read the Guru Granth Sahib Ji, there it is rightly mentioned that it is mentioned over there that leke vaddi deni ugahi gurumut ka gali fahaye. It means that they take bribe and give false testimony. The nose of evil mindedness is around their neck. Guruji said that the people who have mentality of greedy mentality, and they want to earn money, they will not going to live a very happy and peaceful life. Today, poverty, unemployment, hunger, rise inflation is the side effect of corruption. And the bad and the saddest thing of this corruption is that the weaker and the poor people are becoming more poor, and the richer people are becoming more richer. Let me tell you some of the reason behind corruption. What are the reason? So I believe the first point is human thinking, our mentality. As I said, that we have a mentality. We believe that if we become a power holder, we can become powerful, and we can do for us only. So this kind of mentality is one of the reason behind corruption. Second is illiteracy and uneducation. I always believe that education is one of the point behind any problem, because if you see the definition of education itself means that you have to become capable enough, so capable enough, and you can adjust in the society. And it also inculcate the moral and ethical values. And people, if they are illiterate, they are not educated, they will lack this moral and ethical values, and they will, if become a power holder, they will not going to work for the society. My third point is women education and less number of women participation in the society. You may ask why I'm connecting this corruption, women education and women's with the corruption. So I
Thank you,
believe.
Pankaj. Hello.
That's okay.
Time is over, Pankaj. As 3 minute maximum time limit is over.
Okay.
Sorry for interrupting you. As we have a time constraint with us, now I would like to proceed forward, and I would like to call
Mukesh,
upon on.
Mukesh,
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Let him continue. Give him one half minute more.
Yes. Yes,
Pankaj,
ma'am.
wind up
Thank you,
in
ma'am.
half minute.
Yeah. My second point is women education, because I believe that women are very strict and they follow all the rules and regulation to make their organization very transparent. We can take the examples of our institution, lady administration, because we have to submit all our assignment on time. We can take the example of Pondicherry. The lieutenant governor of the Pondicherry is Kiran Bedi ma'am. She is the IPS officer, and when after joining, when she hold the power, the Pondicherry is right now the rapidly developing state, union territory of the world. And once, Weston Churchill, former Viceroy of India, once said that if you are passing through a hell, keep going, because our education system and our institution is, that is what our institution and our institution education system is doing. We are in a situation which is not in our favor, but we are continuing our education and learning with the normal pace. Initially I thought, why we are doing these things, with the normal pace, but it then I realized, that when you have a right leader on the right position, then things will become normal. We don't require things to become normal. We make everything normal. And at last, and also reservation is one of the point, because reservation is something which make a wrong person on the as a power holder. Initially, when constitution came, we have only 10-year provision for the reservation, but it is still now continuous, and that is why we can see corruption because of that also. At last, I would like to wrap up with with few line. Corruption will have to be prevented by doing every task with full sincerity and honesty. Spread the message to stop corruption, make India prosper by being vigilant and honest. Thank you, and have a nice day.
Thank you, Pankaj, for your valuable words and for a wonderful thought on the topic. Now, I request our second participant from Pragya House, Mr. Nitendra Kumar.
Good morning, everyone. So the topic for the extempore is Vigilant India, Prosperous India. As Pankaj already told, what is the meaning of vigilant? It is the state of being careful, watching for the possible future danger. So these are tough times, and we are in the middle of a pandemic. So most of the points have been covered by Pankaj, but I would like to cover all the aspects or all the areas where we could be vigilant. So the government, the planning commission, the commission has issued many guidelines. One of the most important guidelines, I think, this year will be the the commission has asked the organization for following the proper guidelines for the COVID-19 prevention or COVID-19 safety, which includes following of proper SOPs, which are like washing hands and maintaining a proper sanitation in the working place, regular checkups for the staffs, and the second guideline that the people could be vigilant about is the financial vigilance. All the organization need to be very vigilant about the financial situation of their institute or the organization, because these are tough times, and many of the biggest economies are crashing down, and uh, we have to be more we have to follow the guidelines of the commission in order to make these organizations going. The third could be the what I think we have to be, as a student, we have to be more vigilant about is the information or the data, because data privacy is one of the most important things. It could be one of the most important weapon these days. And information, mostly the misleading information that we are getting from the social media, uh, because I have seen many times that people just start sharing the information without checking the credibility of the information, which could lead to which could lead to chaos, uh, and which is definitely not the requirement of this moment. We cannot fight this internal chaos at that time, when there is a big war going on the three front. That is, one is the healthcare system. The healthcare warriors are fighting, and we are. The second war is with the economy. The economy is not in good situation this time, and future is also not that good about the economy, because we don't know when this pandemic will be over, and we don't know when this pandemic will be over. And the third is we are fighting the territorial dispute with our neighboring countries. So we as a student, we need to focus, and we need to be more careful about where we utilize our time, because we should not complain about what we have, what we are going through, because we are in the home sitting safely, and the real war is going outside in the real world. And we need to utilize our every time, the time we are getting this year, and invest it in ourselves, so that our future could be good. Because when our future will be good, then we will be able to help the country to prosper. That is, thank you.
Uh, Thank you, Nitin, for your valuable words. Now I proceed to the second house, that is Pratishtha House, and I would like to call Miss Sweta, our third participant.
A very good morning to all. The Vigilance India Satark Bharat Samriddh Bharat. A very good morning to all. I, Shweta Rana from Pratishtha House, will be sharing my views on the topic given Vigilance India, Prosperous India. The Central Commission has decided to organize the week from 27th October to 2nd November and asked all the government agencies to organize internal activities based on campaign mode as part of Vigilance Awareness Week. But the question arises, what is the need of organizing Vigilance Awareness Week? We can say that it gives a message that India nowadays is being corruption all over, and the situation is becoming very aggressive. And if not necessary steps are not taken, the situation in future will be very depressive. The dream of a corruption-free India is a long road ahead. Corruption in India exists on all levels, from ministers to local watchmen, from bribing lakhs of rupees for passing a tenure to giving a rupees 50 to a watchman and thinking that it doesn't make a big difference. Well, my friend, it does make a difference. The corruption has not only paying the taxpayers who are paying tax faithfully, but also declining the development of a country. Corruption in India is an issue which affects the economy of a country. Not only has it affects the economy, but has also affecting the growth. And it is reaching heights, but it has to be controlled. Otherwise, the growth of our country will be stunted. We can say that according to some researchers, a study done by International Transparency in 2005 showed that more than 62% of Indians have faced or give bribe at some point to get a work done by some public officials. Another study showed that more than 50% of Indians have used some contacts or has done given bribes for the public officials to get their work done. But it is not so. In 2019, a study conducted by Corruption Perception Indian ranked the country at 18th and out of 180, showing a rapid decline in corruption. But still, there is a long way to go. To break the corruption-free India from a ground level, there is a need to do an faithful investigation whenever a corruption scandal breaks out. At last, I would like to wrap up my words with the slogan, Vigilance India begins with you. Let's make our country corruption-free together. Thank you and have a grateful day ahead.
Uh, Thank you, Miss Sweta. Now I would like to call Miss Shivangni to put her views. Over to you, Shivangni.
सतर्कता को अपनाना है, भारत को सतर्क व समृद्ध बनाना है। सुप्रभात। आज मैं सतर्क भारत समृद्ध भारत विषय पर कुछ शब्द व्यक्त करने के लिए आपके समक्ष उपस्थित हुई हूँ। जैसा कि हम सभी जानते हैं कि किसी भी देश को समृद्ध व जागरूक बनाने के पीछे किसी एक व्यक्ति का हाथ नहीं होता। समृद्ध राष्ट्र बनाने में महत्वपूर्ण योग वहाँ के लोगों का होता है। हमारा देश पूरे विश्व में एक प्रसिद्ध देश है, लेकिन भारत आज भी गरीबी, अपराध, आतंकवाद, भूखमरी जैसे कई चीजों से अपनी जंग लड़ रहा है। इन सभी का एक कारण है भ्रष्टाचार। कुछ लोग अपने निजी स्वार्थ के लिए देश को खोखला किए जा रहे हैं और इसका सर्वाधिक प्रभाव हर उस वर्ग को पड़ता है जो ईमानदारी से अपना जीवन यापन कर रहा है। यदि हमें अपने देश को भ्रष्टाचार से मुक्त कराना है तो हम सभी को सतर्कता और जागरूकता अपनाना होगा, क्योंकि अक्सर यह देखा गया है कि जो समाज या देश जागरूक और सतर्क नहीं होता उसे बहुत सी मुश्किलों का सामना करना पड़ता है। जरूरी नहीं कि ये काम हम एक बड़े स्तर से शुरू करें, हम छोटे स्तर से इसकी शुरुआत कर सकते हैं, अपने आसपास के लोगों को जागरूक करके, अपने समाज के लोगों को जागरूक करके और सतर्क करके। इसके लिए हमें मिलजुल कर प्रयास करने होंगे, जिससे सतर्कता और जागरूकता की शुरुआत हमें खुद से ही करनी होगी, तभी जाकर हमारा भारत समृद्ध व सतर्क बनेगा। अतः मैं अपनी वाणी को विराम देते हुए दो शब्द कहना चाहूंगी। सतर्कता है सही विचार, तभी मिटेगा भ्रष्टाचार। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Thank you, Shyamini. Now, I would like to call Miss Miss Seema from Pragyanam House.
I sometimes think that the price of liberty is not so much eternal vigilance as eternal dirt. Very good morning to everyone. Today I, Seema, going to present my view on the given topic, Vigilance India, the Prosperous India, Satark Bharat, Samriddh Bharat. The Central Vigilance Commission has decided to observe the Vigilance Awareness Week from 21 October to 2nd November 2020 with the theme Vigilance India, Prosperous India. The guidelines for the government department have been issued to carry out such eternal activities, including the inspection of relevant record, disposal of complaint pending for the over last 6 months, and the finalization of the minor and major penalty among the others. The Central Vigilance Commission is an apex anti-corruption body mandated to fight the corruption for ensuring the integrity in administration. As we all know that today, in today's state, the corruption is one of the most social evil which is taking our country into the drain. There are various causes of the corruption as mentioned by the Pankaj. For example, the unemployment. As we all know that with the growing population, the government is not able to give that amount of the employment. Therefore, the people are following the wrong way to earn the money. And the lack of education is one of the very a major cause, because as the lack of the education, so there's a lack of the moral and ethics and values, because of which the people do not think even once before following the wrong path to earn money, and they cheat people or the system. Next is the salary. Today's date, the salary of any employment is not up to the mark as compared to the whatever it should be. And next is the lack of the women education. As we all know that the role of the woman plays very important role in every field, even to fight against the corruption, and also the lack of ethics and moral values, the lack of the strict regulation at the various level, organization level, at the school level also. Now it is important to know that how the corruption can be curbed so that the situation will be far more better than the today's state. First is that there should be a transparency in all the organization, whether it is at the small level or at the large level. The next, that there should be strict rules and regulation by the government against those people who are involved in the various corruption activities. Next is there should be the vast spread of the awareness about the bad impact of the corruption among the people through with the help of the media. And at the school level, the school level plays very important role, because the child should be embraced with the moral and values, that they should not involve involve in any bad thing, or they should work hard for their future and not follow any bad path. Next is the control of population. As we all know that with the control of the population, there will be a more good education system, and there will be more employment. It will help to curb against the corruption. So at the end, I would like to conclude myself that do not hesitate to report corruption. Thank you.
Thank you, Seema. I would like to mention one point, that all participants please keep mind the time limit which is given to you. Uh, I hope you will follow it. After Seema, I would like to call Miss Neha Yadav from Pragyan House. Uh, over to Neha Yadav, Miss Neha.
Can I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
थैंक यू मुकेश. जन जन का यही है नारा, सतत पे समृद्ध हो देश हमारा. आप सभी को मेरा नमस्कार. मैं नेहा यादव प्रज्ञानंद सदन की ओर से आज मैं आपके समक्ष अपने विचार लेकर प्रस्तुत हूँ, जिसका सतत भारत समृद्ध भारत. आप जैसा कि आप सभी जानते हैं कि किसी भी राष्ट्र को समृद्ध व सशक्त बनाने में महत्वपूर्ण योगदान वहाँ की जनता का होता है. आने वाले समय में जो हमारे सामने जो भारत आएगा, वह भी यहाँ की जनता की मेहनत और निष्ठा का परिणाम ही होगा. प्रत्येक नागरिक को अपने देश के प्रति प्रतिबद्ध और सतर्कता होनी चाहिए. हमारे भारत देश को सतर्क जागरूक बनाने में केंद्रीय सतर्कता आयोग हर वर्ष अंतिम सप्ताह के रूप में सतर्कता जागरूक सप्ताह के रूप में मनाया जाता है. इसका मेन कारण यह है कि 31 अक्टूबर को सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल जी का जन्म हुआ था, और उनका भारत में एकीकृत और जागरूक करने का कारण यह था, जिसमें भ्रष्टाचार की मुक्ति पर जोर दिया गया था. भ्रष्टाचार एक ऐसी कुरीति है जो हमारे समाज और देश के विकास में बाधा करती है. अगर हमें भ्रष्टाचार से मुक्त अपने समाज को कराना है, तो हमें मिलजुल कर प्रयास करने होंगे, और साथ ही साथ इसकी शुरुआत हमें अपने आप से करनी होगी. लास्ट में मैं 2 शब्दों में इतना ही कहना चाहूंगी कि सतत विचार है यही सही विचार, तभी मिटेगा भ्रष्टाचार. थैंक यू. धन्यवाद.
Thank you, Miss Neha. At last, we have a last house with us, that is Pratigya House, and I would like to call upon on the stage Miss Ravina. Over to Ravina. I once again call Miss Ravina over on the board.
Hello, Mukesh. I am visible.
Yeah, you are visible and audible also.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
सुप्रभात. सबसे पहले मैं एनएसएस टीम को धन्यवाद देना चाहूंगी और बधाई देना चाहूंगी कि उन्होंने हमें मौका दिया कि हम सब अपने विचारों को. Yes, ma'am.
You are not
Flip
visible.
your camera.
You are not visible. Flip your camera, beta.
Okay, ma'am, I'm doing it.
Yes, perfect.
Now I'm visible, ma'am.
Yes, perfect, beta.
Okay, सुप्रभात। सबसे पहले मैं एनएसएस टीम को और सभी लोगों को धन्यवाद करना चाहूंगी और बधाई देना चाहूंगी कि उन सभी ने हमें मौका दिया कि हम अपने विचारों को इस सतर्कता जागरूकता सप्ताह में अपने विचारों को रख सके। तो मेरा नाम रवीना है, मैं प्रतिज्ञा सदन की ओर से आज आपके समक्ष अचिंतित प्रस्तुत करने जा रही हूँ और मेरे अचिंतित का विषय जो है वो है सतर्क भारत समृद्ध भारत। तो जैसा कि हम जानते हैं कि हमारा जो देश है वो पूरे संसार में इस चीज के लिए जाना जाता है, हमारे संस्कार के लिए, हमारी संस्कृति के लिए, हमारे विरासत के लिए, हमारी अखंडता के लिए। और प्राचीन समय में हमारे ही देश को सोने की चिड़िया कहा जाता था, पर वो कहा जाता था, लेकिन आज क्यों नहीं कहा जाता है हमारे देश को सोने की चिड़िया? इसका उदाहरण के तौर पे मैं आपको समझाना चाहूंगी कि सोने की चिड़िया इसीलिए नहीं कहा जाता, इसके बहुत सारे वजह हैं, लेकिन उनमें से एक वजह है कि अंग्रेज जब हमारे देश में आए तो उन्होंने अपनी नीतियां जो है वो हम पे लागू करना जारी कर दिया, जिसकी वजह से हम भ्रष्टाचार, हम गरीबी, हमारे पास ना कुछ क्या कहते हैं, बेरोजगार नहीं हुआ, गरीबी नहीं हुई। तो आप समझ रहे हैं कि जो हमें सोने की चिड़िया कहा जाता था, आज हम इस परिस्थिति से गुजर रहे हैं। वो क्यों? क्योंकि हमारा जो देश था वो सतर्क नहीं था, हमारा जो देश था वो समृद्ध नहीं था। तो आपको समझ में आ रहा है कि हमें सतर्क बनने की क्यों जरूरत है, ताकि हम लोग हम समृद्ध हो सके, हम सफल हो सके। तो इसमें बहुत सारे लोगों का योगदान रहा है कि हमारे भारत को वो सही दिशा दिखा सके, लेकिन उनमें से एक थे सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल। और ये जो पूरा सप्ताह है जिसको हम सतर्कता जागरूकता सप्ताह कहते हैं, ये पूरा सप्ताह उन पे ही निछावर है, क्योंकि वो ऐसे इंसान थे जिन्होंने हमें हमारे पूरे देश को एकत्र किया, हमें बताया कि हमारे लिए क्या सही है और हमारे लिए क्या गलत है और हमें क्यों एकजुट रहने की इतनी जरूरत है, उन्होंने ही हमें बताया था। और इसके बावजूद बहुत सारी चीजें हमारे देश में हुई जिससे हमें पता चलता है, लेकिन मैं ये नहीं कहना चाहूंगी कि एकत्र भारत, सतर्क भारत पूरी दुनिया बन सकती है। शायद इसकी शुरुआत मुझे खुद से करनी पड़ेगी। अगर मैं करूंगी तो मेरे से उदाहरण शायद मेरे दोस्त लेंगे, उसके बाद तो पूरी दुनिया लेगी। तो यही वजह है कि सतर्क क्यों बनना है। आज मैं सतर्क बनूंगी तो कल को पूरा मेरा भारत सतर्क बनेगा। मैं अपनी जो अचिंतित है उसको अपनी कुछ लाइन से खत्म करना चाहूंगी जो मैंने खुद लिखी है। मैं मान लूं मैं सचेत हूँ, मैं ठान लूं मैं सतर्क हूँ, अपनी गतिविधियों का मैं खुद प्रण लूं, खुद को सतर्क करूं, खुद को समृद्ध करूं। ये बात भारत की है, ये बात भारत की है। मैं भारत की ही तो मान हूं। मैं मान लूं मैं सतर्क हूं, मैं ठान के सफल बनूं। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Thank you, Miss Ravina, for your amazing words. And last, we have the last participant with us, Miss Pooja, and I would like to call Miss Pooja on the board.
थैंक यू मुकेश। सुप्रभात हमारे आदरणीय प्रधानाचार्य जी, शिक्षकगण एवं मेरे सहपाठियों। आज मैं पूजा आप सभी के समक्ष आशुभूषण लेकर प्रस्तुत हुई हूँ, जिसका शीर्षक है सतर्क भारत समृद्ध भारत। मेरा भारत महान है, अखंडता में एकता और अनेकता में एकता ही इसकी विशेषता है। चिरकाल से समृद्धशाली मेरा भारत आज कोरोना की कगार पर आकर खड़ा है। कोरोना जो पूरे देश के लिए बहुत ही बड़ी चुनौती बनकर आया, पर मेरे भारत की संस्कृति और मेरे भारत के रीति रिवाज ने मिलकर इस तरह से इसका लड़ना की तैयारी की कि उसको हम नजरअंदाज नहीं कर सकते। सबसे पहली चीज हमारी आस्था। अगर देखा जाए तो आस्थावाद होने की वजह से ही आज हम मुश्किल से मुश्किल और बड़ी से बड़ी चुनौती को आसानी से पार कर सकते हैं। परिस्थिति कोई भी हो, हमें अपने विवेक को जगाना होगा, हमें अपने विवेक को याद करना होगा जो हमेशा समृद्धशाली रहा है। जिस तरह से जल का धर्म है जीवन देना, सही मात्रा में सही समय पर और सही समय पर दिया गया जल जीवन देता है, उसी प्रकार वही जल हमें मृत्यु भी देता है। यही बात सतर्कता की भी है। सही समय पर और सही मात्रा में ली हुई सतर्कता हमारे जीवन को सार्थक बना सकती है, देश को प्रगति की ओर ले जा सकती है। लेकिन जरा सी असतर्कता कई बार उसी को मौत का भी साबित कर सकती है। जैसे कि जल में डूब जाने पर हमें मृत्यु प्राप्त होती है, तो अगर हमारे देश को सफलता की शिखर तक लेकर जाना है तो हमें इस बात को समझना होगा कि जहां इस चीज की आवश्यकता है उसे हमें उसका पालन करना चाहिए। जिस तरह जर्जर दीवारों पर चूना पोत कर भवन को टिकाऊ बनाया जाता है और उसको दिखाना और उसको समझना उसकी मूर्खता ही नहीं, उसका अपराध है। भवन को टिकाऊपन उसकी नींव की मजबूती पर होती है, ना कि उसकी दिखावेपन पर। किसी भी देश का निर्माण उसकी नींव पर है। सतर्कता से लिए गए निर्णय हमेशा भवन को टिकाऊ बनाते हैं और आने वाली मुश्किलों से लड़ने के लिए तैयार करते हैं। देश इस वक्त बहुत ही बड़ी दुविधा में है जिसे हम सब सफर कर रहे हैं, मगर हम आसमान पर घर बनाने की सोच रहे हैं और एक तरफ हम असतर्कता को छोड़ ही नहीं रहे हैं। अपनी असतर्कता को छोड़कर जो नियम हमारे सरकार ने बनाए हैं उनका पालन करें, जिससे हमारा विश्व, हमारा देश सुरक्षित रहे। यह तो समय का दौर ही बताएगा कि सतर्क रहकर हम हर चीज को बहुत ही बारीकी से विचार करें और निर्णय लें और अपने देश को स्वर्ग बनाएं, और वहीं असतर्क रहकर जल्दीबाजी में निर्णय लेकर अपने आप ही कब्र खो दें। आप सभी से निवेदन है कि आप सब सुरक्षित रहें, खुश रहें। जय हिंद, जय भारत। आप सबका दिन मंगलमय हो। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Miss Pooja. And at last, I would like to thanks all the participants for their active participation in this extempore. When good people in any country sees their vigilance and struggle, then evil men prevail. Now, I would hand over the mic